I'll tell you what, I am freezing right now. Man, I don't know what the temperature is. 23. That is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. And it was cold all day. You know what it feels like? Like that first early December nasty cold day. Man, that was just blow right through you. Anyway, let's talk about the aged horses, right? I'm going to get all the videos done today. I already did my opening, which I'm a little slow on. There's no top 10 list today. The babies train great midweek. They train very slow today. We backed them all up because I'm coming back on Tuesday with them. So I wanted to go easy with them today, and that's exactly what we did. So how did the aged horses do this week? Very well, actually. Now, Emerald Theo, you guys know he AFib, he flipped his heart 2 weeks ago. Now, timing wise, a couple of people asked me again, well, I don't understand, so why couldn't he qualify on Thursday? Because he wasn't allowed to qualify until Friday. That's why. And I don't think there's a necessity to bring him over to the Meadows to qualify Tuesday, so we'll just go with him Thursday here. His schooler was good, 2 minutes last quarter, 28-3. He was half a length behind Irresistible Sun, who was better. He was better, yes. Was he awesome? No, he was better. So I'm going to look for a proper class for Irresistible Sun, I guess, moving forward. A little distraught, a little angry over that, but what are you going to do? You know, they don't all, and many of, listen, I have lots of my partners in various horses that, you know, can echo the sentiment. They just don't always come back the way you wanted right away. Now with Sonny, it's a little different. He's been a great 2-year-old and 3-year-old for us. A little bit of a slump right now. So, I guess the best path forward is, one, find a good class for him. That's easier said than done. And 2, try to get him to come back around. You know, I referenced in an earlier video this week an email exchange I had with a client. And they said, you know, virtually old school mentality, which doesn't mean that it's bad school mentality. Old school mentality was, you know, take him back, run him up the wood, take him back, run him up the wood. My take on that is twofold, two-pronged, I guess. First one being, off arrest, coming back for a horse has been effective, leaving and sitting his whole life. I don't think there should be a necessity to hold his hand as a 4-year-old and run him up the wood and hope that he comes back to life. Find him a cheaper class and bring him back to life. Now, that's one part. 2, it's not that easy to do because there's no easy class for him. Right now, a similar type situation with Memory and Imagination. He has been good, just been plagued with bad trips or bad draws, and bad trips and bad draws, but we were able to stuff him into that non-winners of 7 condition claimer tonight because he has 6 wins. Sonny's got 7 wins. So unless I can talk Dave into making it non-winners of 4 but 7, Ohio 8, which is unlikely because they don't need horses for the class, then that leaves us with a bit of a problem. The 5 but 8 can be a little salty and doesn't fill full-time in Pennsylvania for Sonny. We can put him in the condition claimer in Miami Valley, and I believe that is where the gentleman's email was leading towards. What about the class with Brett and Stacy? Non-winner, 45 claimer, non-winners of 10 races. It's a fair question. It's a fair question, and one that may actually end up coming to fruition, I suppose, because as much as I can make the argument that I shouldn't have to hold his hand, so to speak, and I shouldn't have to run him up the wood. Regardless of all that, at the end of the day, we need a path forward for Irresistible Sun, and selling him is not an option right now. So what do we do with him moving forward? Well, let's explore all possibilities, and Miami Valley would definitely have to be one of them. Okay. I started with Emerald Theo. I didn't get much further past him. Arson's racing tonight at Mohawk. I'm eager to see Arson race. You know, I suspect he'll race better tonight. Will he be in the hunt in the open at Mohawk? Maybe not. There may be a trade made where we move Time Is On My Side over there, but the timing may not work. If this thing keeps falling down, I just want to rip it right off the window and throw it out the window. The timing may not work because he's going to need a rest before we get him really geared up for the graduate. He's raced great so far this year. He's going to need a rest sooner than later. It may be sooner, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out over the next few weeks. Drebin has been awesome. Talk about a horse not needing a rest. My God Almighty, this is one tough bugger. He just keeps swinging every week. I'm going to swing at this thing here in just a second. He keeps going. Every week he just keeps swinging and coming out, looking for a fight. Everybody should want to have a horse like Drebin. I can tell you that. As I say that, that's not to say that we won't try and sell him again at some point, but man, it's pretty hard not to respect that horse for sure. Irresistible Sun, we talked about him a second ago. I think I've expanded plenty on him. Memory and Imagination is in tonight. He's in where he should be able to do some damage tonight at Northfield Park with him. Mounts for All is in the right place, the right track, and both this class and the next class will suit him very, very well. He is very good right now, and I think he's sitting on a big mile. Tenacious Hanover raced great, come back out. I love to see that. Just a nice horse. I love to see him come back out and race so strongly after such a frustrating break he made 2 weeks before. Now, on the topic of frustrating is drawing 8 in a 10-horse field. I know they thought they'd bring in a bit more wagering on 10-horse fields on a half. It's never a horseman's favorite, because if you draw 6, 7, and 8 and you have 2 trailers to deal with behind the 1 and 2, it's never a good proposition. So definitely when you draw 8, you're going to have to look left and retreat off the car. And at that point, what's worse than sitting 10th, 10 to 12 lengths off the lead at the quarter pole on a half-mile track? Not too much. So we're going to have to take our lumps this week, I believe, with him. Time Is on My Side has been awesome his last 2. Winning the Open 3 times in a row now that he was in it at the Meadows. Vehement, pretty hard to be distressed or upset with Vehement, even with a 6th place finish for a horse that just never gets to race. Also eligible on Wednesday because of the stupid same rule. Hopefully we can get him in Thursday, and we need consistent racing with this horse. In all my time, I've never seen a more bad luck individual than this horse just not getting in. I can't recall ever having that happen like this. Save America's back in now, jogging. He'll start training next weekend. Spitfire Overseas was awesome in his last, winning the backup class in Ontario the same night that Drebin was 3rd. He's back up in the Open, is a little more salty this week for him. Texong Soprano also racing in the Open. We have horses racing in the Open in Ontario, Miami Valley. Soon with 3 Point will be Northfield, the Meadows, and Yonkers. So a pretty decent roster of horses right now at our barn. Greatest Ending races today or tomorrow, I think, at Miami Valley. He's down in class. J.K. Victory was awesome yesterday. Just got a couple of tough customers dropping out of the Open. One out of the Open for sure. And raced good, paced 52 and a piece at the Meadows. Considering 51-1 won the Open, I don't think it was a bad mile from J.K. Victory. Looks Like Money was awesome this week also. Just beat a snout at the wire in 53-2 at the Meadows. Pretty good mile this time of year. Neptune is racing tonight. He's in a good spot, I believe, tonight at Mohawk. Rock Shining Star is back in the barn now, jogging. He'll start training next weekend in Northfield Park. 3 Point Blue Chip is in tomorrow night and picked to win, I believe, in the backup class here at Northfield. Trosa's in tonight. He's in a good spot. Yo Mister rarely has ever been better than he was the other day, so great job by Stacy and Brett with Yo Mister. He was tremendous. Delicious Stone DK qualified. Dominic said, that quarter crack bled a little bit. I said, Dom, you're going to have to patch it up and put a bar shoe on him because he's getting no more weeks off and no more time off. He will be racing next week in Ontario somewhere at some point. Patrick DePrana, 8-hole this week at Northfield. That's tomorrow. You know the drill. I told you if you drew worse than 5, you'd have to retreat. 8 is definitely worse than 5, and we're going to have to be backpedaling coming off the car with our boy Patrick the Piranha. So those are the aged horses. I get the 3-year-olds. I'll bring those to you in just a minute. The 2-year-olds also we'll talk about. But for right now, you are all caught up with your aged horses.